Hey guys, we're just waiting on some people to join back in. My last video failed. I hope everyone jumps back on. I'm sorry that my screen went purple there. That's annoying. I don't know why it did that. I didn't touch the phone or anything. Okay, good. Where did you get your hot knife? Thanks, Amy. Christine, I got my hot knife. I don't know, Amy. The hot knife is from Michaels in the wood burning section, and thanks guys for coming back. I appreciate it. It's from Michaels, and it's just like an X-Acto knife blade, but it's it just attaches to my hot knife. And the glitters on the cup, let me go get them really quick. I used a couple. Okay. I'm so glad you guys are all coming back. So this cup is that initial cup, but the lighting is really bad, and I apologize for that. The top is Blush by Recollections. I have it in a different container. The underneath the chunky glitter, I have Bronzed. I got it at Glitter and Crafts for You. She's on eBay. Mindy, yes, I do change the blade. Just don't do it when it's hot. Do it when it's cold. And then the chunky on it is the Rose Chunky by Recollections. And so I wanted to do the initials cup, and for those of you who were not on my live video like 2 minutes ago when my screen went purple, sorry. I'm showing you how to strip a cup without having to use chemicals. Don't waste your money. Don't go spend your money on a bunch of chemicals. Use a hot knife. Okay, so I'm going to show you because not everybody's jumping back on. So I showed on the last cup on the other video how easy it cuts right through the epoxy, the glitter, the Mod Podge, everything. It just goes right through it. Oh, I'm sorry. See that? So you can use an X-Acto knife if you don't have this, but I just so happen to have a bunch of wood burning stuff, and I was like, well, what if I use a hot knife? Because epoxy can melt, so what if I just use the hot knife to go through the epoxy? Alright, cool. So now I have my line in my cup. I know it's hard to see. My lighting is terrible. Let's see if I can... Maybe you can see me a little better. See that line? I'm all about sharing what makes life easier. I really appreciate it when when things that I'm doing in life become significantly easier. So just use the tools that you have. Yeah, good. Go get one today. Use the tools that you have. I apologize that it's dark, but this light above my head, I feel like you couldn't see a lot of stuff. My boyfriend left his paint spackle at my place, and now it's my crafting tool. If it's a thin material or whatever, you can also use your nails. Just start to pull it up. I also have a paint can key that you could probably use. I'm going to try that. Find anything in your house that's like thin that can get up under your epoxy. It looks like half the people were like, okay, not doing this anymore, and the other half were like, okay, we'll go watch again. So anyway, the other cup worked a lot faster. I apologize for this. And my cat wants to say hi to everyone. Okay, see, it's starting to come up on the corner from where I used my hot knife. See? And it starts to come off in pieces. So this is for anybody who has had to strip a cup. It just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, or it didn't cure properly, and it's not savable. Like, I can't save this. So that's why I'm stripping this cup. On the other side is beautiful, but on this side it's like meh. So I'm going to start over. I'm going to redo the cup, but look. You can put the paint spackle under it and just pry it up. But this is no chemicals necessary, guys. So do you apply alcohol to the tumbler again before reapplying glitter or epoxy? Yeah, I guess I would. You would sand it like normal. And then you would just rub it down with alcohol so that you don't have all of that. Oh, look, everyone's coming back now. So that you don't have all of that dust that comes off of the cup when you're sanding it. But see, look, it's all coming off. This one, I think, I did this one a little bit thicker than the last cup, and that's why it's kind of being a pain. I don't want to get this in my eyeballs when it flies everywhere. See that? I'm going to try this side. There we go. Does anybody have any other questions about stripping cups, or if you have any questions in general? But that's what I'm doing. I'm stripping a cup for you guys so that you can see how easy it is. You don't need to go to the store and buy paint stripper. You can use an X-Acto knife. It just takes a lot more pressure than a hot knife, but I wanted to show everyone my kind of time-saving tip. Thanks, Jessica. Oh, I cut my finger on it. Don't mind me. See how easy that is? And it's all coming up. So anyway, is that Mod Podge glitter or epoxy glitter? The first layers are Mod Podge glitter, and then I did epoxy on top. And then to put on the chunky glitter, when I did the epoxy is when I laid the chunky glitter on. Does the knife have epoxy on it after you slice it? Not really. You can wipe it down if you want to. Deborah, not that it matters, you're going to be covering it up. Just curious, does the hot knife scratch the cup? Let's see. Not barely. I don't think you can even see the line. It doesn't really scratch the cup that much. Like, I can see the line because I know that I put it there. See that? It just peels right off. You don't need paint strippers. No chemicals. It just comes right off, okay? So I'm saving this cup, that way I don't have to like feel like I need to throw it away or anything. That's kind of annoying. I hate having to just throw away stuff that you can salvage and reuse, redo. I'm going to redo this cup. I'm not throwing this one in the trash. So that's Mod Podge. So that's what Mod Podge does. Comes off so easily. I would suggest not to use Mod Podge glitter method. No, Melissa, no. It's, no, that sounded mean. I didn't mean for that to sound like that. No, this is Mod Podge glitter and then epoxy. And then the only reason it came off this easily is because I used my hot knife with the intentions of stripping the cup. Okay? I can't wait to try this. Oh, Deborah, I'm so glad that you learned something today. Isn't it so exciting when you learn something like that makes your life easier, that makes your tasks easier? So, here we go. Sorry, I'm bleeding all over the cup now. I cut it on the epoxy when I was ripping it off. Did you not use a white base first, assuming this wouldn't work if there was a base prior to adding glitter? I usually do not spray paint my cups. I don't, if I can help it, I do all glitter, all loose glitter. But I do spray paint some of them. But this one, let me turn the light back on so you can see me. This one did not have a spray painted surface. If you're using that, you're probably going to have to use like acetone or something to get all that paint off the base. Does that answer your question? Seems like I'm kind of losing interest and I'm almost done with this cup. So are there any more questions, guys, that you need answered? Does anyone need to know anything else? I'll give it a few seconds and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you have any other questions, you can always comment after the video is no longer live. Good, Serenity. If I can convince my boyfriend I need another tool. It's like $15 at Michael's. If you go to the wood burning section. I think Walmart probably sells them too. Amazon probably might have them for a little bit cheaper. It's not expensive at all for a hot knife. And then for this application, you can just use anything that's thin, that's laying around your house, that allows you to pry it off and give you good leverage. All right, I just stripped 2 cups for you guys. Is there any other questions? It sounds like that's probably everything, but I'm using Hog cups in case anyone's asking, because I know a lot of people do ask what cups I use. Okay, good. Thank you, Deborah. All right, I'm signing off. If you have any questions when this video is no longer live, you're more than welcome to comment later. Yeah, sorry, Kimberly. This is my hot knife from Michael's. I have one that I like a lot better than this one. Sorry, I can't catch it. The one that I like better than this one just has an on and off switch, but I have one that you can control the temperature. I use that. I carve foam pumpkins. So if you carve foam pumpkins that they have at Michael's during fall season, I don't think they have them anymore right now, you can use a hot knife to carve them, and it's so much easier. And that's the application that I like to use, the dial that changes temperature. This one is just a simple on and off. You don't need anything super fancy. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and go, but you can comment later and I will get back to all of them if I see them. If I'm able to answer them, I will let you know. Thank you for watching.